Mood lighting, or what? Mood lighting. Okay. How do you feel about a foot to butt hog tie?
Let's do it! Let's do this thing. I like hog ties, so it's all good. Yes. It's definitely on the gentler side than some of the hog ties that we've done before.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do less gentle at some point.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm going to start with a single column tie, and it's going to go just above Louise's butt. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to use my hamster hand to come underneath. So my hand goes on the floor and it kind of goes across like that. So hamster hand comes under, hamster, hamster, hamster.
I'm trying not to be too helpful.
Yeah. Go around. Hold both together. See, I'm using my thumb to hold the rope into my fingers so I don't move across. And hamster hand comes under again. Hamster, 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 hamster. Passing that to my other hand. And then moving underneath. Now at this point, I can tighten this up by pulling in opposite directions. Because I need this cuff to be smaller than Louise's butt, otherwise it won't hold in place. So, regular single column tie. Real good. Now, pick up the feet. And might be more comfortable having them like this, and it's like a little cross, than like directly together like this, and you might feel like it's more feminine, but for right now I'll just show you with them together like this.
Tip for people in the tie, offset your ankles a little bit so their ankle bones don't smush together and hurt.
Yeah, because you got like little bony sharp ankles there, and if they push into each other that's not going to be fun for you. So I go around onto the feet. Notice at this point how I'm bringing these feet into the butt a little bit. Like everyone's levels of flexibility will be different. And then I'm going to go around again, I was holding that tension, and again. And now we're tying like a hosiery cuff, so my finger picks up this middle rope and this bottom rope and go over and under. Now I hold tension on this to go back to here, our initial cuff. And then to lock it off, I just need to wrap around and split and make a little loop and put a twisty knot over that loop. Okay, so this is like just like a basic starting position. I would say it's not particularly intense. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's not very intense. If you do suffer with your lower back, I'd suggest putting your feet further away from your butt.
Yeah.
Because the closer your feet are to your butt, the more intense it is on your lower back.
Just something about the way you say butt.
I'm a posh girl, what can I say?
You like really emphasise the butt.
I like butt.
You can use this for a lot of things. Try putting a little feature moment on the leg or something like that to combine this with, and it holds like a nice shape. It's kind of okay. I feel like as a piece of bondage we could like build on this a little bit. You good with that?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, so whilst I'm building on it, I'm just gonna take this loop out and have my rope go all the way through. Basically, because I don't want all this hanging around. I want this to be down here out of the way, and I'll take care of it later. Whereas I feel like I'm gonna use the stem quite a bit. Okay, can we grab this hand, please? Thank you. So, turn your hand that way. So I'm popping a single column tie on Louise's wrist. And I want that to be relatively loose. And then because I'm going to be pulling the arms in, I want Louise to have something to grip to. So what I want to have happen is I'm going to go in there, in the little web between the thumb and the index finger. We go around, and I'm going to go over and under. pull that over. Now, you can see on the other side that I've gone intentionally, if you just make a fist for me, I've gone on this side of the knuckles. If I were to go on this side, I'd basically just tying up the fingers in like a way that kind of crushes them together, not a very satisfactory way. So, now, I'm just going to ease this arm in place, and we're just going to find what works for Lola. Like just working out what works for Louise here. How's that feel for you?
Yeah, that's very easy.
Okay, so we're going for like more of a comfort-based hog tying this. So I'm not like putting like a crank on the lower back or anything like that. We're tying everything together, but we're not going ape shit. And now I'm going to go underneath this thigh. Which is really easy to do when you're on the wrong side of someone. I've done this before, I promise. There we go. So slip that up so it's like towards the top of Louise's thigh here. And then I'm going to go over and under this rope. Add a little bit of tension. Now I kind of want this to be in the middle so it's easy to deal with. So I'm going to add that tension by moving this rope round and then easing it off. Pushing this rope down a little bit, moving this up. Again, if you're not tying this sort of backwards and back to front like I am, you'll probably just get that right the first time. I'm sliding this rope in between the leg and the floor, kind of going backwards and forwards here, holding a little bit of tension, just letting that slip through. And I'm going to go over and under here, and over and under here. How are you doing so far?
Good, good.
Good.
I'm glad I'm wearing slippy leggings.
Yeah, me too. And I'm going to make another set of bands here. So I'm tying this leg up, but also I'm thinking if I make some bands, I might be able to do something interesting with those later on. Over and under, go behind, and then get up to the top here just to kind of balance that out. I don't want a really thin middle, I want this to look like a nice balanced tie. Slip this through. Awesome. Now, rather than drag Louise around so you can see the other side, just take my word for it, I'm going to do a pretty much a similar thing on this side, and then we'll move this on. This video is probably about to speed up. So we've got, at the moment, butt tied to feet, and each arm makes a tie on each leg. Now this is cool because it's like a slightly open leg position. How's that feeling for you?
Yeah, very comfy.
But it may be that we want to like create this sort of more close shape and like making you into like more of a small package.
That's my nickname.
Small package. Is that your pod name?
That's my pod name.
So we could involve another piece of rope in this, but I could just undo this rope already tied on the feet and then work my way back up here and then slide in between the butt cheeks and then I might have to turn you around to show this next bit. I don't know how we get.
If you can handle turning me around.
If I can handle you. If I join this to this, we're going to create a nice little shape. So I'm just going to go in between one, in between the other, close them legs together, and then if I wrap around both and change direction, that pretty much locks that off. And then with this, I can probably make it back to the centre here, and then I don't have any single lines anywhere.
No access for you.
Let me turn you around so I can show another thing. You ready?
Yep. I'm such an adult.
I'm really glad I put this moody, sexy lighting. You will see that I've got a bunch of parallel lines here and a little tiny bit of rope. So a way of breaking this all up is if I wrap all these together, I'm almost like making it all kind of make sense. And then I can finish by just going in between and just tucking my knots away. And just hide my Bible and that's it. You doing good?
I am good.
Any closing thoughts on this time?
This is definitely on the comfier end of the spectrum to like the traditional Hogtie. There's a lot less like bend in the back, so it does mean that it's easier to breathe and a lot less painful.
Anything where you've got someone face down like this, you've got to be really careful about putting pressure on the back here, because the thing is you can positionally asphyxiate if you've got too much pressure going on here. If this was like say a more fighty session where like you were trying to get out of things, there's no real way, unless we've got a signal set up, if you're struggling to breathe, it's very hard for you to communicate that you're not play fighting, that you're actual trying to get out of something.
Yeah.
So be really mindful when you're doing stuff like this, that you've got a nice system in place when the person's restrained. Cool. See you later.
Bye!
Bye. Hey friends, hope you liked that video. Two quick things. One, if you like these videos and you want to keep them going, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We get no support from places like YouTube, etc., because what we do is considered quite naughty, so all that ad revenue gets taken away from us. If you do support us on Patreon, there's lots of nice things on there to make it worth your while. Two, if you want to up your floor tying game and want to create some more interesting shapes like this one, check out the butt basket tie. Bye bye.